Hi guys, what is up? It is Lavender and welcome back to the channel. So today is going to be another reading vlog, except this is actually a dedicated reading vlog. So I had the bright idea to film a little vlog or a little reading vlog kind of dedicated video reading or rereading each of the Third of Glass books, or like whatever. So this one is actually going to be the start of it, and so I'm not sure if I'm going to do a dedicated vlog to every single book because there's a lot of books in this series, but I think I'm probably going to be doing like reading, or I'm going to be reading all of the books except even so my thinking was to basically, because unfortunately I didn't end up finishing, like buying the whole series with the old, technically old, covers on them. I think I stopped at Queen of Shadows and didn't really pick up one since, and then I think forgot that they were coming out with the new cover, that she came out with new covers, and bought Empire of Storms with the new cover. So basically my thought was to repurchase each book in the new cover and annotate them and whatever, because I also didn't annotate them because I think this was the first series that I actually started reading where it actually was like a huge series, besides Harry Potter, of course. So yeah, so I went out and bought today the first book, which is Throne of Glass. Yes, I'm starting off with Throne of Glass and not Assassin's Blade. I don't care. I've heard so many opinions on what books to start out with and where to put Assassin's Blade, and personally, my personal opinion, when I read Throne of Glass and then read Assassin's Blade, it made a lot more sense, to me at least, so I picked up Throne of Glass, the first book, and it's a lot, like, it's a lot smaller than what I remember. I don't know. So yeah, so I'm gonna basically, because I finished the Actor series for now, or what's done with it, and I decided to the Throne of Glass series. So yeah, so this is basically gonna be the dedicated Throne of Glass reading vlog. I'm gonna try, and because I'm also on a little bit of a reading slump little thing, I blame Iron Flame for that, really, because I'm getting to the point where I am kind of slowly starting to, like, not hate the book, but slowly starting to be like, this is giving third book, this is actually giving third book series syndrome. Speaking of that, I'm gonna do a very quick, because I literally only bought two other books, very quick book haul, and then get on into the vlog, basically, so I don't make this vlog a million years like I did the last one. Of course, because it's me and I couldn't help it, I did end up going and buying a little bit more books, only 2 of them, and one of them could have been 2 books, but I decided, whatever. So the first book I have is The Crimson Crown. I actually have no idea. It's very, honestly, I'm gonna be completely honest, the cover is what drew me in. The cover is what did it for me. It did at first sound very much like a retelling of like a Disney kind of fairy tale, which I was very, when I started to read the synopsis and also like look at the cover, I was hesitant on buying it only because it looked like it was giving some sort of like Disney retelling, except like villain point of view kind of situation. I don't know. But thankfully it's not, I guess. Never mind. Just read a little blurb about it. And basically Snow White's Dark Queen tells her side of the story. And it's a queer book. So just put that out there. And it's apparently a witchy kind of vibe of a reimagining of a classic fairy tale. So I'm literally reading that part, not gonna lie, literally reading that part. This honestly just made me want to read this even more, because I've always said that I always have wanted to read a reimagining of like a fairy tale except from point of view, or like the darker version of it kind of situation, And this just like seems like it's right up my alley. Plus it's a floppy book, like hello. So yeah, so that's the first book I bought. Well, the second, even though I haven't finished Iron Flame yet, I couldn't resist not buying this now, because I just knew, I had an inkling that if I didn't buy this now and I went to finish Iron Flame, I would not forgive myself. Granted, am I going to forgive myself when I read this? Probably not, based off the things I have read and the things I have seen from other people. Also, because I wanted the special edition, because I've seen it and I'm absolutely in love with it, and that is none other than Onyx Storm, which is, yes, in the special edition with the dragons on it. I couldn't help it. I couldn't help it at all, because I've heard so many things about the ending. So many things have just been like gut-wrenching for people. I'm not ready for that. I am not physically, I think, ready for that. Especially if I read this week, I think I would actually crash out. So that is basically my little mini book haul. Didn't really anticipate on spending more money on those books, especially on Onyx Storm. I think out of all those books, Onyx Storm was definitely the most expensive one I bought, but at the same time, it's a special edition, and it's a hardback cover. So now I have all of the books as of right now, in hardback, which makes my little heart happy. Anyways, so yeah, so I'm gonna go possibly start one chapter of Throne of Glass, because like I said, I am in a little mini reading slump, little mild one. So I'm gonna go get started on reading, and I will talk to you guys later. Excuse the appearance. I quite literally just got up from a nap after sitting and doing these guys for about 5-ish hours. So I apologize for the appearance. I'm currently right now on page 97, not even on the 100-page mark, where I either can't seem to concentrate or I'm reading this on my break. So anyways, I decided to read this to read an audiobook with this, so basically reading the audiobook of this and following along, because if I'm being completely honest with you, this is a reread. Well, you guys know. Most of the time I'm doing that is because I don't want to use my brain, or I'm getting to the point where the book is starting to get a little bit slow and not hard for me to read, but just like slow, and just like I feel like I'm reading that pace of a like literal sloth or snail. Which I will say, when I do read this with an audiobook, it's a lot more enjoyable for me to read, just because like I said, I'm not having to use my brain, which sounds really stupid, but when you had the week I just had, it makes sense. So yeah, I will say that I literally, when I tell you, I don't remember a single thing about this book. I do know that something happens, that something drops and whatever. I don't know if it's the Crown of Midnight. I think it's the Crown of Midnight. As I'm trying to look at the books, like the old, the books I have on my bookshelf from the old cover. Yeah, I believe it's Crown of Midnight, but I don't remember what it is. I do know that there's Fae involved, which, I mean, it's like the last one is there not Fae involved. But, I don't remember anything else. I know the only things that I remembered from this book, because I did read the series when I first started reading, when I found fantasy and whatnot, and young adult fantasy, which was I think 2022, I guess, I don't know. And a lot of crap's happened between now and then, so I literally don't remember a single thing about what the series is about, other than she ends up having to train for some sort of or she ends up being pulled from the mines to go and be be an assassin training in a competition for the champion or whatever, to then be almost a servant person for I think it's 6 years or something like that. 6 or 4, I don't remember which number they bargained or whatever. And then after those years are done, she's free or whatever. And I feel at some point during that timeline, a war happens. I could be completely wrong, but I feel a war happens, and it's a big war. But other than that, I have literally no idea. So reading this is especially reading this book, this is the first book for me. So this is basically completely brand new to me. So anyways, I'm probably gonna go eat dinner, but the next clip, I'll see you guys in the next clip. A bit of an update for you guys on the book on Third and Glass right now. I have been reading it a little bit, more so at work on my break than anything, but I've been reading it a little bit. Right now I'm currently on page 199 at chapter 27. How do I say this? So I just got to the part where Selena, however the frick you say her name, is finding out more about the castle and about its backstory and whatnot, because I knew there was some sort of history kind of backstory to the castle that people were keeping undercover because of some sort of situation, but I forgot what it was, because like I said in the beginning, I don't remember a lot about this book series. And so we finally got to the point where she's finding little alcoves and finding little passageways to, I think she just met Eliana, I don't know her name. The queen of, I think it's the queen of used to be the queen of land. I don't know. Apparently I'm not tabbing this as much as I thought I was going to tab it. There's maybe a few blue tabs here and there. Can you shut the fuck up? And yeah, the blue tabs are are chords that I like, or chords that written well or whatever. And the yellow are kind of other, you're great, but you're not those are more so underlined kind of things. Those are they're more underlined than anything, where the blue ones are yeah, where the blue ones are actually highlighted. That's kind of how I do it for a lot of things, but yeah. But I'll see you guys in the next update. I just now finished reading Throne of Glass, literally just finished the audiobook for it. So I would honestly rate that book as, since I've reread it now and whatnot, I would say I would rate that book like a good 3-star. If you're gonna compare Throne of Glass to Akatar, now granted, I would say the same thing about Akatar, because Akatar is also very like hit or miss. It's very 50-50, you know, like unless you know that like the book is like the book series is gonna get better, it's a very 50-50 chance. So is that book. I feel like so is that book, and it gets a little bit better, but I would definitely say that like that first book is very just okay, wow in your face, I'm literally sitting at 3 a.m. reading this book kind of situation, even though I really don't do that to begin with, but if I did, I honestly, I know, like, no, I don't know, I personally don't know if it's because I'm such a huge Phasant favorite, and I was trying to figure out what their names were to read, or if I was using the audiobook for it, and of course like the voices like are played by the same people. I didn't really feel anything for the characters, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I think Nahima, which I was definitely pronouncing wrong in the beginning when I first read this, I think she's wonderful, she's great. It definitely, the puzzle pieces fall into place with Nehemia and Elena was definitely interesting. And I forgot, is, how do I say this without spoiling it? Oh, the whatchamacallit, is that what they're, I don't know, my brain can't think of the word, but we're gonna go with contestants, even though that's not the right word at all. Like, I forgot how each of them started dying, like, because each of them started dying and they were trying to figure out what was happening, which that is not a spoiler, by the way, just gonna put that out. And I kind of forgot how they started dying, and then when it clicked into place, I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense, yeah, I remember that, okay. It was a lot of like clicking into place, and then oh yeah, I remember that. Overall, the only parts where I was like, oh, this is entertaining was whenever Kaltane and Nehemia, I think, because yeah, Kaltane is different from Nehemia, those two are the same, those two are different people, but like seeing Kaltane and then Nehemia and then Elena, kind of seeing their positions and their roles in the story and their roles as the character or not kind of fall into place. I was like, oh, that's very clever, that's very interesting, especially for Nehemia, like, go queen, I guess. But like overall, will I keep on reading them? Yes, because I want to do this. I want to see if my opinions change, and I also want to finish the series because I haven't actually finished the series. It's been like 2-3 years, so like it's very just like interesting, but only in like certain parts, and those parts were not in the beginning. Let me just say that. But overall, I would probably give this book like a 3-star. 4 if I was really pushing it and really just like, okay, really, if I really thought about each individual part of the book, I would probably say 4, but overall, not talking about like things that happened, maybe 3 or 4, I don't know. But yeah, anyways, so yeah, that was me rereading the Throne of Glass book for the second time. I said for the first time, for the second time. The series is really great. I do love Sarah Moss. Literally, I have a shelf dedicated to her because her series are really thick, but also because I love her writing, even though her as an author is a little questionable, but I love her books anyways. But yeah, the overall, loved the series, but I'm really gonna be nitpicky about rating each and every book. But overall, the series as a whole is really great, so don't let this video deter you from that, because it's really, like, the series is really great. It's just I'm very harshly rating each individual book because it's my second time reading this series. But anyways, let me know your thoughts and opinions. If you read this book before, how did you like it? Did you rate it the same? Did you rate it the same rate? Did you rate it the same as I rated it? There you go. That is all for this video. Yeah, make sure to drink some water, eat some food, take care of yourself because you deserve it. And I will see you guys in the next video, which should be going up in a couple weeks. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm gonna shut up because this tends to happen. I just tend to ramble the fluff on. But yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.